Figuring out how people behave has always been interesting for psychologists and sociologists. One really interesting part is how we can make others do things or believe in certain ideas. This is called social manipulation, and it has a big impact on many parts of our lives, like in advertising, politics, and how we relate to others. As we look back through history, we can see many times when people in groups were really good at using social manipulation to get what they wanted. Whether it's the propaganda of powerful governments or the persuasive skills of leaders who capture people's attention, studying these examples helps us learn a lot about how influence works. Social manipulation is built on a few key psychological principles that guide how people act. These include things like reciprocity, doing something because someone did something for you, authority, listening to someone in charge, social proof, following what others are doing, and scarcity, wanting something more if it seems rare. When we understand these principles and how they affect choices, we can get better at convincing others to agree with us or do what we want. Emotions are really important in social manipulation. When manipulators tap into people's feelings, they can make them react in certain ways. But it's crucial to think about whether it's okay to mess with people's emotions just to benefit oneself. There are important ethical questions to consider in using emotions to manipulate others for personal gain. People don't always think in a logical way. We have biases in our thinking that can make us make not so rational choices. Manipulators can take advantage of these biases to change opinions and actions without the person even knowing it's happening. In today's world, a big example of social manipulation is in marketing. Advertisers and marketers use lots of tricks to change how people behave and make them buy things. Techniques like making something seem rare or using emotions in ads are all carefully planned to take advantage of how people think and feel. Social manipulation can be used for good things, like making positive changes in society or encouraging healthy habits. But there's a darker side to it too. In politics, propaganda is often used to control what people think and stay in power. In personal relationships, some people might use manipulation to control and dominate others, which is not a good thing. As we learn more about social manipulation, we also need to think about the ethics of using it. It's important to find a balance between wanting to convince others and doing it with honesty and integrity. Avoiding tricky or deceitful methods is crucial to keeping trust and respect intact. In a time when we're always getting lots of messages trying to persuade us, it's really important to help people see and resist manipulation. By teaching critical thinking and media literacy skills, we can make people smarter consumers of information and less likely to be manipulated. It's about empowering individuals to make their own choices based on a clear understanding of what's going on around them. The study of influence psychology is really interesting and covers a lot about how people behave. When we grasp the principles of social manipulation and the methods used to influence others, we can become smarter and more thoughtful in a world filled with persuasion. It's about being aware and thinking carefully in a world where everyone is trying to convince us of something.